Hey guys, 7th here. Thought you'd enjoy watching me take on the Vicar of Skunk Ass. And while I'm conquering the Vicar of Skunk Ass, I thought I'd bring up something people have been asking me about, and that's this new Nintendo NX system. And wanting to know what my thoughts on it are and whatnot. I'm not really thinking about it that much so far because there's nothing to think about. They haven't given out any details about the system. All they've really done is announce that it's coming out, that it's in production. And really, I think the whole point that Iwata had in doing that was simply to calm the fears of the stockholders following the announcement that they were getting into mobile games, and to calm the concerns of their diehard fan base. Now, far be it from me to be of a like mind with Dr. Trey 81, but in this case, I have to agree with him. I don't really think this is all that much of a big deal. I mean, they've already announced and come clean with the fact that the Wii U hasn't lived up to their sales expectations. So, I think it all depends on when it releases. My gut suspicion is that it's going to hit holiday 2017. I don't think you're going to see it in 2016 because, again, Dr. Trey is on the money with this one. Nintendo never really releases a system the same year that they initially announce it. Yeah, they'll announce it, and then the following year after the announcement, the thing actually comes out. It's been a little bit different with Sony and Microsoft with this generation. You know, Sony officially announced the PlayStation 4 in February of 2013, and then it came out the following holiday. Microsoft officially unveiled the Xbox One a few months later, and then it comes out in November of 2013. But with this generation, they were in a hurry to get their system out because the previous console generation run on for so long. But I really have to say that if it comes out 2017, fine. If it came out next year, 2016, then I would be more concerned. Now, as far as what it's going to be, I've heard a lot of people talking about how the fuck you think you're doing, skunk ass. You're going to have to try harder than that. Come on, skunk ass. Oh, okay. Anyway, there's been some talk about it being a console handheld hybrid. Yeah, this sort of makes business sense, considering that the handhelds are what's really making them the money anyway. They haven't really been making a whole lot of money off of their consoles for a while now, aside from, software sales, but just now making it to 10 million, that's pretty bad. So it would make sense, but I just don't see Nintendo doing that from a reputation standpoint, because that would basically be admitting defeat in the console space. That would be them saying, we can't release a console without propping it up with our handheld market. And I think Nintendo, as a company, I think their pride would prevent them from ever taking that step. So that's essentially what I think, guys. I'm not all that concerned about it coming out so soon, because 5 years, for the most part, has been an average life cycle for a console. Last generation was the exception to the norm. It's not the normal time span. You're talking 7 and 8 years. That's pretty much unheard of. Especially if you looked at the early 80s, there was new stuff coming out all the time. Every time you turn around, there was a new console coming out. But from the NES on up, 5 years has been the average, with failed consoles being the big exception. And there you go. There you go, skunk ass. Anyway, this is 7th. Have a good evening.